Hello YouTube, this is Morgan Airspeed Prime here, and this is going to be a kind of half is going to be an Avatar news update because I meant to get this out before Christmas, but because of Christmas shopping and stuff like that, I didn't get a chance to. Kind of busy with stuff on the site and stuff Christmas in general, so I'll get to that news. Avatar and Korra news update, and I'll start off with the fact that awards, I suppose, for Korra. Korra won IGN.com, obviously a big video game site, but they also were really big in following Korra. They had reviews up, they really liked the series, and it won the kind of People's Choice, basically, Best Animated Series award for 2012, which is a huge positive for Korra. It's the first kind of award from a website that it really won, and it definitely deserves to win that, I think. Going into the second news post and that news thing, that would be that TV.com Best Animated Series Award I was talking about. I found out some information that basically My Little Pony has been the fandom, or some people maybe not even involved in the fandom, just for a joke, have kind of cheated that system to make it win. Why it has so many more votes than Korra, in that they've been using scripts to basically make the website just up the vote constantly, and they leave that on all day, and it's a whole kind of a movement to make My Little Pony win by a massive margin. And what that has done basically is that My Little Pony could have won on its own because it is so popular, but what it's done is not only has it made it unfair for every other show that was you were able to vote for, but it's kind of ruined the whole thing for My Little Pony if they actually did win, because now if they do win, it'll be mainly because they won by cheating as opposed to actually getting that many amount of votes. So it's one of those things where now, no matter what the vote is, that TV.com award means nothing because of that cheating. Can we even say that, taking the cheating away, that Korra would have won? No, because the other fandoms did that, and actually every other fandom got involved in at least putting in some effort into cheat their way to get up near that. So the whole award means nothing now. Obviously I don't agree that the Avatar fandom should try and kind of cheat the way up to get closer to My Little Pony. I voted maybe 3 times for Korra, just because I think it deserves it. I voted for Korra not because I'm a huge Avatar fan and I have to vote for it, but because I've seen at least some episodes of the other shows, and I honestly think Korra is the best show they're available to vote for. A lot of people won't vote for it because they seem to have this really aggressive anger at some little bits at the end, despite the fact that for pretty much 11.5 episodes the show is amazing, and then some slightly unexplained things at the end, which you can get explanations for if you look a bit deeper. They really take that to heart. So Korra deserves to win it, regardless of some of the negatives people have. It's a really good show. But yeah, getting away from that into more stuff that's coming out. We have gotten the preview of The Search Part 1. Obviously this is a new comic series. It's going to be out, Part 1 is going to be out March 20th, 2013 in comic stores, and then the bookstore release date is April 5th. And we got a 7-page preview courtesy of BuzzFeed.com, and in my opinion this is a really good 7-page preview. You have a lot of stuff to talk about in it, just in that obviously Azula is the big talking point, but also straight away getting into we have some evidence on Ursa. That's really interesting. But Azula has been the big talking point, and some people have been very aggressive and angry about how she's been portrayed, saying that she's exactly the same as she was before her kind of breakdown towards the end of the series Avatar: The Last Airbender. But in my opinion, there is a lot different about her. She had a chance to kill Sokka but didn't, because she is almost just as eager to find her mother as Zuko is. Just those kind of moments where she's not with anyone, she's kind of just off thinking to herself. There's a lot going on in her mind. So I think a lot depends on if the book goes into flashback on what Azula's, I suppose, been through in her year in the mental institution, and then if they go into depth with her conversation with Ozai, and why would he tell Azula the location of her mother just days after Zuko asked him the same thing? Like, I think Ozai definitely knows that Zuko sent Azula in here to get the information, but he's told her anyway, so there's something else there as well. So there's a lot of interest there. Stuff like Aang being very interested in giving Azula a second chance, and basically, I suppose he sees a bit of Zuko in Azula, and that he's going to give her a second chance, and maybe they can all be friends, that sort of way. It's very interesting going forward. So I'm very interested in that coming out, obviously. I think everyone is. The other preview that came out was for the Promise hardcover edition, which is going to collect all 3 books together in a hardback, and it's also going to have extras. Now, the main thing about this, I suppose, is that we have information on the format of the book, like how it's going to work. The book is 3 inches wider and 3 inches longer, and also we saw some of the extras in the special features. So I'll talk about the extras first. And we don't know yet how many pages of extras there are, but we got at least 5 or 6, and basically we got more than that. We got about 10, and basically what's going to be is a few pages basically going through the process that Guru went through to basically draw the pages from sketch of the panel to concept, and through that what some of their original plans for covers were. And then, almost more interestingly, how their character designs developed from early to the end, and they're very interesting. There's one for most of the main characters. I suppose for me, what's going to be even more interesting is if in those extras there's a little more on the newer characters. It's really interesting how they design the new characters. But I suppose the one disappointment would be that, despite it being a much bigger book in hardcover format, the page size of the actual story is going to remain the same, and how the book is going to make up the rest of the dimension is basically that it's going to have a border around the whole panel, and on those borders, on some pages, there's going to be some commentary basically from Gene Yang, and I assume some from Guru as well. Now, that's an interesting feature, but the problem is that it's a huge, 3-inch border along the side and the whole thing. So it's on pages where it doesn't have any commentary, it looks really bad. On pages where it does have commentary, it's it's okay, but you've also only got commentary on one side of it, and then if it's down here, the top and bottom bits of the border are empty. So I'm still interested, but I would have much preferred if they'd used that extra space to basically kind of blow up the panels, make it a bigger book, seeing that art in kind of better quality, I suppose. But yeah, that's that. And a little bit of news, which is, I suppose, news that I haven't really covered anywhere else, is that for the UK, the Core Junior novelisation, Revolution, seems to have been delayed, cancelled, or something like that. And how I know this from is that I had a pre-order on Amazon.co.uk for that book, and a few days ago, just before Christmas, they emailed me to basically say that we're sorry it took so long to tell you this, but we can no longer source this book, and we had to cancel your pre-order. You can still pre-order it from other sellers. The problem is there are no other sellers because the book is not yet out. Now the book is scheduled to come out January 8th, so you can get a sense of how late this was in telling people that it's not coming out. I've tried to tweet to Random House UK, who's the publisher, to find out if there's any information on this, but I've yet to hear anything, so I can only speculate on the reasons for this. And I'm thinking that the reason that it's not on Amazon.co.uk anymore is that Korra has yet to air in the UK. I talked in a previous video about what their plan is. They're going to wait until they have more Book 2 information. They can know when that's coming out and air Book 1, so it kind of transitions nicely into Book 2 without much of a break. Now, I think that may also explain that, and the book is going to be maybe delayed until Korra's closer to release. because at this stage it's looking like Korra is at least 2 to 3 months off in the UK, and that's just an estimate. Now, if they had the book out that long before the show, it would be really odd, because right now, because the show is going to sell the book, not the book sell the show. That's the main way to think about this. In that, out of nowhere in the UK, after very little, I suppose, in terms of bookshops, the comic sections in bookshops don't get much of a look in, I suppose, from the kids. They won't even know that there's been new Avatar stuff since the show. So them seeing this book in full display, Korra Revolution, Avatar The Last Airbender kind of thing, they're not going to have any idea what this book is unless they've seen the show. So I can understand it if that's the reasoning, but they haven't yet to actually say what their reasoning is. So that's going to be interesting to see, I suppose, where it goes. It just means that, at least for me, I'm not going to have the book for a while. So I'm kind of like, do I want to pay the extra on shipping to get it from America just to get it early? Sort of, kind of, I suppose. My birthday's kind of coming up like soon, so I guess I could maybe get that, but it's kind of just a weird thing. Like, it really just ruins my whole kind of plans with that book. Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much all the news I have. I doubt we're going to get any news before the end of the year. I'll be shocked if we get any big news reveal before the end of the year. I suppose what we're really looking for in 2013 is definitely, first and foremost, is the Korra Book 2 release date, which, if indeed it is planned to air around April 2013, exactly a year on from when Book 1 aired, they really need to get their act together and put out some information, because we have no trailer, we've yet to see any completed footage from Book 2, which is a bit concerning, I suppose, at this stage where we're only a few days away from the new year, and we've yet to really have any information since like June, July, when San Diego Comic-Con 2012 was. It's a bit concerning, and they definitely need to put something out very soon. Put out a trailer kind of early on in the year, get the fandom excited again. Maybe if they don't have a release date that early, that will at least get people excited again for the show, and say that like release date's coming soon. And you know, the next month release the release date, and you have people excited. They know when the show's coming out, know when to be excited for, that sort of thing. So that's really what I'm looking forward to now. In terms of other videos I'll be putting out this year, I'll just be putting out one other video this year, and that will probably be out basically New Year's Eve into New Year's Day, and that's going to be my Avatar year in review. I did one last year, and I'm going to do another one this year, because I kind of like looking back at the year as a whole and discussing what has been in this year of Avatar. So that's going to be fun. Thank you for watching this video, and bye.